had explained the purity of factors that leads to piety, and in piety, in the last 4 slokas, and this one, mantras in 15th sloka, Bhagavan further says, mantrasya ca parijnanam karma shuddhir madarpanam dharmah sampadyate shadbhira dharmastu visha viparyayah. Mantrasya parijnanam, the purity of mantra consists in its being duly understood. Karma shuddhir madarpanam. The shuddhi of the mantra, it's understood, remains when it is properly understood. Understood in the sense, understood from the right guru, because otherwise the understanding doesn't take place. The mantras, perception of mantras, or the true mantras, it is not in fact understanding, parijnanam of a mantra. Is that what he means? Parijnanam of mantra cannot be translated literally understood. The parijnanam of mantra, the inherent knowledge of the mantra, we can say parijnanam. Beyond the jnanam, pare jnanam is parijnanam. Parijnanam is beyond the jnanam. Not understanding it with intelligence or with the faculty of the intellect or with your experience, but understanding in this here understanding means it is the parijnanam. That means, how can you get the parijnanam? It is only through the imparting of knowledge from the qualified or a learned or a eligible Brahma Sakshatkari Guru. Otherwise, this perception of mantra and the parijnanam, the meaning you will understand. As I told you, parijnanam, pare plus jnanam is equal to parijnanam. This anybody will understand. The one who can understand with the language or with the mind and intelligence, one can understand. But what is the inherent meaning of parijnanam? You see, this in order to understand, parijnanam is not a small thing. Parijnanam is a vast ocean actually, the jnanam, parijnanam is a vast ocean. It is not a small thing that understanding what is called the meaning of mantra is not the straightforward answer for that. Answer for that. Meaning of mantra or mantra parijnanam, mantrasya ca parijnanam karma shuddhir madarpanam. Karma shuddhir madarpanam. It is a reflection. Darpanam is a mirror. Karma darpanam. Karma. What is the karma here in mantra? The karma in mantra is that perceiving the mantra. So the reflection of the karma shuddhir madarpanam. That's what it is. Karma shuddhir madarpanam. It is the project. It is reflecting the karma shuddhi. No? It's a very vast word. It is not a small word. It's a very vast ocean actually. It is not a small word. Karma shuddhi. What is karma shuddhi? Everything that you do should be in the karma shuddhi. This karma shuddhi can be obtained only because of this mantra that has come out of the Vani, out of the mouth or Vani, through the Vani of the Brahmajnani Guru. As I always said, it is not the Shravanam through the ears and understanding through the mind and analyzing through the intellect and contemplating it and perceiving it and storing it in the memory is not the process. That is only for the lower consciousness. Those are. They are meant only for the lower consciousness, whereas parijnanam is not perceived by the lower consciousness. It is not possible. So Bhagavan says that those mantras, it doesn't go into intellectual and intelligence way through analyzing and understanding the meaning of it. Om, what's the meaning of Om? Just an example. Trying to analyze it, trying to understand it. Many people describe it, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Trigunas, thousands of explanations have been given on that. Is not, you must have read it also. None of them are compensating the true meaning of parijnanam of that particular mantra. The parijnanam of the particular mantra is that the one getting the transformation through that mantra without knowing its prospective meaning. The other one is looking for the result out of it in the lower consciousness so that I can derive some benefit of that particular mantra. Mantra is not meant for you deriving some benefit out of it. Somebody says, you chant this mantra, you get this benefit, you chant this mantra, you get the benefit, no doubt about it. But here Bhagavan, what he means here in this particular stanza is that mantrasya cha parijnanam karma shuddhir madarpanam. Through, if you do not have karma shuddhi, and that reflection from the karma should be the darpanam, like a darpan. If there is no reflection from the karma shuddhi of it, you will not be in a position to perceive the mantra from any form it comes, in any way it comes. It will not be converted into parijnanam, it will remain as a mantra through words. Mantra is understood, yes, I know. You can chant the mantra. It remains as a mantra in words, that's all. In the book. Dharma sampadyade shadbira dharmastu viparyayaha. What does it mean? Bhagavan says that has to be understood from a qualified, from a Brahma Sakshatkari Guru, that a work in being offered unto me, because that Vani that comes, as I told you some time back, I don't know, a few classes before, the mantra, what is the mantra? Mantra is another form of the Bhagavan himself. Ishwaratva himself. Ishwaratva, how can the Ishwara be understood by understanding the meaning? Because Ishwaratva is not in words, it is not possible to realize it. The mantra itself is Ishwaratva, and mantra being chanted is that here it is that what offered unto me. I have thought number of days about it offered unto me, the meaning of it. We immediately think, we get an upper hand when we think, I am offering the mantras to the Ishvara. I am offering the mantras for the yajna. I am offering the mantras for the puja. I am offering offering means I am offering to so and so. The one who is offering something to someone else is bigger than the one who is receiving it. I was trying to, in various ways, I was trying to analyze this, why the word, the offering has been mentioned here. You see. It's a great tattva of Hindu Shastra. Beautiful it is. Mantra here, what happens at one point of time, Bhagavan, in one way or other, he says, I am everything. Including the Vani that comes out of the Guru's mouth. Guru himself is me. The Guru's Vani is me only, me in different form. I don't have a form and shape. So I take a form and shape in order to make one identify and perceive it, in order to transform one's Jivatma or Atma into the Paramatman. So in order to make them transform into Jivatma, Paramatma, I take various forms and shapes. One of them is that Vani, is one of my shape. The word itself, Vangmayo, Vangmaya, that itself is Bhagavan. So the Vangmaya being Bhagavan, who can contain that Bhagavan? The Vani has to be contained, then only it will be projected out. Who can contain that Vani? It is Bhagavan himself. So the container is he, the contained is he, that containing is he, that which is being delivered from the container is also he. So what is the meaning of then offering? Absolutely, that is the meaning. That is the meaning I concluded there. What is the meaning? That which is being offered from the Bhagavan is being offered to Bhagavan. Because the one who is offering is also Bhagavan. The one who is being offered or receiving the offering is also Bhagavan. Agneya Swaha, you are offering the mantra to that. Who is offering that mantra? Bhagavan is offering the mantra. Mantra itself is Bhagavan. He is offered to the one. Perception is what? That's what is called Vijnanam. When I realize that it is nothing but a darpanam, it is nothing but a reflection of Bhagavan that takes place in all these stages. They are all meant for the purpose of transformation. They are all meant for the purpose of transformation. That Vani comes, Vani delivers, Vani executes, Vani finishes, and Vani transforms. You understood the various things? I had thought of this quite a lot on this offering. What is that offering? That is why it is known as an offering. Because normal human being cannot offer anything. Can anybody offer? We cannot offer, but then it has been interpreted that offering is that submission. It's only for convenience. Offering means submission. What is the submission that you can do, one a human being can do, or a Jivatma can do? Can a Jivatma offer or submit? Submit. The Veda Vakya or the Vani, which is Ishvara itself, can a Jivatma offer an Atma? You understood? That which is higher than him, can he offer that? No. But an Atma can offer the Jivatma. So that which is offered by the Jivatma is what? Is Atma. Since it is Atma that is being offered by the Jivatma itself is not Jivatma, it is Atma. Right? When Atma is being offered, who is receiving it? Atma Samarpanam is done. So where is the Samarpanam gone? To the Atma only. For what? To transform that Atma into the Parijnanam. Could you get the technicality of it? I have thought, you have to think about it. It's not that simple. It's not that offering is simple. It's although you might have words somewhere missing, with missing links you might have accepted it, but still there are missing links. I'm sure. Because it needs a lot of contemplation. What is this offering of mantra to? I thought 100 times, 1000 times, number of days even. No? Why should I offer a mantra to Ishvara? Was my question. An authoritative, who am I? To offer a great mantra to the Bhagavan, Samarpana Bhava. What is that? Who am I? I am not competent to do anything to offer to the Ishvara. We say am I competent? No? To offer, even though I say that I am offering the bhog. We generally say bhog is being offered. Bhagavan, after having the bhog, it turns out to be the prasadam. Now, who am I to offer bhog? Do I have the capacity to offer the bhog? But in one of the Upanishads says that including the annam is Bhagavan only, is it not? Who is that? transformation of Bhagavan only. What is Annam? Annam, you have not cultivated the Annam. It has come. It has grown by itself. You claim unwanted credit for that you have grown it. No. Annam is Bhagavan himself, is it not? Where the Annam has come from. The first Annam has come from. You have replanted it. Right. That's okay. That's for the convenience, expanding it. But the Annam by itself, various vegetables, this I have explained earlier also. Various dhanyam, today you are talking about the wheat, rice and these pulses and various kinds of these things. Which scientists have invented that this is compensating this is compensating that? After using it, then you found out the results because of using urud dal, this is what happens. Can you invent any urud dal? Any science? Out of plastic you may make like China making it. That's a different thing. Are you getting it? When Annam itself is Bhagavan, you understood? What am I offering? Who am I offering to? The Annam. That Annam is Bhoga. What is that Annam? Annam itself is Bhagavan. To whom are you offering? I am thinking in a perception. But what? But they are all necessary. Why it is necessary? A ritualistic method is necessary in order to identify. What is the necessity for that offer? Offering is necessary. Necessary. I am not saying it is wrong, but I am only making you conscious that the Annam what you are offering is not that you are offering the bhog. With firm conviction I am saying, you are offering Bhagavat Sachakaram. With the conviction that, look, hey Bhagavan, I am capable of holding on to that Bhagavat Rupa in one form or the other, and I am eligible to offer this along with me. When I am offering the bhog itself being Bhagavan, the one who is handling it has to be having the qualities of Bhagavan, then only that Bhagavat Prasadam or Bhagavat Bhogam can be offered to Bhagavan through the medium of Ishwaratva. Which is the medium which can offer Annam as Bhoga to Bhagavan? The medium that can offer the Annam to Bhagavan is nothing but absolute Ishwaratva. Ishwaratva in the sense absolute Samarpanam. Ishwaratva means Samarpanam. With that Samarpana Bhava, with an absolute consciousness of the consciousness, when you are offering that Bhoga, then only it can be called as Bhoga, and when it is taken it back, it is Prasada, because that Bhagavan which has that Bhoga which has been offered by the Ishwaratva have conformed into a state of further consciousness from the reformation of from dhanyam to the prasadam, from dhanyam to energy. What is that rice or what is a wheat? Wheat, after conversion, it turns out to be an energy to be performed in a sharira in order to retain the prana in the right manner, so that the prana can function in that sharira which is otherwise nothing. But when there is an Ishwaratva, the energized Ishwaratva or the Prasada, which is called an Ishwaratva, is again reinstated in the Ishwaratva in order to transform that fraction, that fraction of the Jivatma containing various objective measures into an absolute abstract of the subjective consciousness is called the offering of Bhoga, transformation of Prasadam. Please listen to it once again. Yes, you understood what I mean. So the Vani, what comes is Bhagavan. Who is eligible to speak that Vani? It is only Ishvara or Ishwaratva. Through Ishwaratva only Upanishad and Vedas can be delivered. And the one, that is why in many Upanishads, I have earlier also explained, even Chandogya Upanishads explained, it is not that everyone is eligible to listen to Upanishad, even listening to Upanishad. There has to be an Ishwaratva in him, then only he will be in a position to listen to, forget about understanding or perceiving, transforming, transcending, forget about it, even listening. Even listening, there has to be an Ishwaratva in him, then only he will be able to listen to it. Then comes the perception, then comes the transformation, then comes the transcending, then comes the being stages of that. This is why I told you last day I was explaining about the Brahmajnanam being propagated, being delivered, being spoken, being submitted by Bhagavan himself for Mata to listen. She asked the question because they say in Guru Gita we have explained about this. What is the importance of the Guru and the Jnanam from the Guru? Listen is what he said. Shravana, Manana, Dhyanam. So first Shravana. Have you got the capacity to do Shravana? Okay. Don't say that I have deprived you of listening to it. Come, sit down. You will not tell me tomorrow that being Bhagavans and I am being the Ardhangani, that I have not understood what you are talking, what you are doing, what you are... No. Just joking, okay. In different language, that's all. Bhagavan said, I am giving you this jnanam, come on, take it. Even to get that, that perception of the reality of the truth of that Bhagavat, Sachatkaram, Bhagavat, being has to be perceived in the self, then only the eligibility of even listening will come. Otherwise, it has been explained, Mata slept. And the Maharishi, in the form of the bird, that sparrow, received the complete jnana, who was alert. This alertness is called being in the Ishwaratva. This alertness, Jagrita, Jagriti. That's why Jago, Jagrita, Jagda. Uttishtado Jagrita. That Jagrita is called alertness, awakening, alertness they call it. What is that alertness? Being the amsha of the Ishwaratva in you, in a common language for a bhakta. That amsha of the Ishwaratva has to be in you, then only you will be able to, ना, उसको सुनने के लिए भी भाग्य होना चाहिए बोलते. This bhagya is a word which is there, that Ishwaratva has to be there. There has to be, when you go to Punyasthala, in order to pray, you should have bhagya. Being in your place itself, having seen the Punyasthala, appreciating the Punyasthala, appreciating the Punyata, appreciating the Devikata, you should have that, the consciousness of the consciousness. That which is the higher consciousness, which is not the lower consciousness or we call it as Bhautika Jivan. That is objective experiences. With objective experiences, you cannot measure that Parijnanam. If you are trying to understand Parijnanam, what I am trying to tell you is that Bhagavan says, if you are trying to understand Parijnanam by Vangmayo, word meanings, you will never be able to understand. But then, when it is listened from the Parabrahma Sachakari, being that itself is Parabrahma, the Vani that comes from that, it's also Parabrahma, is it not? From that, what comes out is that only. From something that comes out is a part of that. That means that. From Brahman that comes is only Brahman, that's all. When that Brahman is being delivered, that Brahman is being projected, that Brahman is being resonated, what you are perceiving, not listening then. Listening is only through the Karnam. Perceiving is from all the indriyas, all the dashendriyas, mana, antakarana and jivatma is perception. You have to start offering. What is the meaning of it? When I am offering, I am great, no doubt about it. I should be eligible to offer that mantra. So, Bhagavan says, so when it was here, suddenly I remembered, because the word offering has come. It used to haunt me quite a lot, offering. No, in fact, what was that? The work is being offered unto me. That provoked my, invocation of all these things. Offered unto me. Naturally, what is this? The purity of mantra consists of being duly understood from the great knowledgeable Brahmasachakari Guru. That of work which is being offered unto me. That means Bhagavan being the jnanam, through the form of mantras, sutras and mantras, being projected to you in the form that you can understand, listen and can perceive through the Brahmasachakari Jnani Guru, and then you perceive it through that, and having the eligibility and capability to perceive it, you also have become a part of that Vani. It's not that you are, after having perceived that Vani, you become that Vani, not that you have understood the Vani. You become the Vani. Having become the Vani, you reflect, what is that? Karma Shuddhir Madarpanam. Naturally, having perceived that Vedavakya, having perceived that Ishwaratva, you transformed yourself into that Vani, that means Ishwara. And naturally the karma that is being executed by that unit after having perceived this mantra will reflect of that Ishwaratva only. What will Ishwara reflect? Ishwaratva only. And that Ishwaratva as a work, because it is a work that you have done, as a work is being offered from unto me. That Ishwaratva is being completed. That cycle is being completed. It has started from me, it has gone back, and it has come back in various forms and shapes have changed, and it has come to me, and I have become the same. And again it comes back. It's a circle. That's why we say the cycle is complete. Janana Marana is completed that. So the ignorance, initially the jnanam comes out of it, then we acquire ignorance, and in order to remove the ignorance we acquire the jnanam again, and the jnanam being the Ishwaratva ultimately again goes and merges with the jnanam. Many meanings of these offerings, that's what I am saying. This is offering. So whether you offer the bhoga, as I told you, bhoga, annam itself is Ishwara. In order to do a bhoga samarpana to the Ishwara, in order to have an offering, you should have Ishwarata. Otherwise, it is annam that you are, it is a grain that you are offering, it is not a bhoga that you are offering, and you don't get the prasadam. What is bhogam? The bhogna means what? Experiencing or enjoying or experiencing. If that bhoga that has been offered is not experienced by the Ishwaratva in it, that will not convert into the form of positive energy which can function in you as prasada and transform you. Why are you eating prasada? Prasad itna dene se bhi ho jayega. Prasad need not be full belly, full stomach. Prasad itna se theek hai. This is prasadam. It's prasadam. Eat as prasadam. We see that. What is that? When it is offered as bhoga, when it is transformed as prasadam, even this much is good enough in order to evoke Now, is there anything called this much of Ishvara or this much of Ishvara? It's not there now. So prasadam, even if it is this, it is Ishvara only. Even if it is a speck of it, it is Ishvaratva, that is Ishvaratva. That's all. That which is, I call it as energy. Okay. Now that Ishvaratva, when it is consumed by you, it turns out to be a transformed energy which makes your prana, as I told you, I'm repeating that again and again, which energizes the prana in order to keep up the sharira through that which is indriyas and mana and the atma, intellect and atma, everything being transformed and transcended into that Ishvara which is called the Parabrahman is called Parijnana. This process of happening is called Parijnanam, not the meaning is Parijnanam. Unless it is so, Bhagavan says, if this purity of mantra, what he said? He did not say that you have understood the mantra. No. What did he say? Mantrasya cha parijnanam karma shuddhir madarpanam. That the purity of the mantra consists, not mantra consists. Again, one more qualification on that, one more explanation on that. What did he say? He did not say the mantra. He said that the purity of mantra. In that mantra, what is the purity? There are words covered in that mantra in order to make you understand. See. The inherent energy in that mantra or inherent meaning of that mantra or inherent auspiciousness of the mantra has to be revealed from those words, isolating from them, analyzing from them and removing from that the gist, what do we call it as rasa. The rasa. Rasa. That means the absolute. Squeeze that mantra so that you will get the purity of mantra. The other is only for making one understand or expressing it in a, in a different form. How can you project energy? How can you project energy? Energy cannot be seen. Energy cannot be experienced. Energy cannot be seen. How do you project it? If it is electricity, you provide a light, you provide an appliance, and the instrument will project, start functioning. So you understand there is energy, is it not? Same way, how do you know what is the meaning, what is the importance of this mantra? Unless there is a light, you cannot use the electricity and know, okay, now the electricity flows. Same way, the purity of mantra is covered with certain Vangmaya words so that the instruments like ears and intelligence can perceive it and understand it, analyze it, and also transform and transcend it is called the Vani. They are that. From that Vani, you have to squeeze them out. That's why he said, how can you squeeze it out? How can you squeeze the word out, the rasa of the word, and find out what is the meaning of it, which is invisible, which is inconceivable, imperceivable, and which is inaudible, which is everything. How can you know that it is there? The moment you do that, it may fly off. It may evaporate, you won't know at all. How do you know that? That is why it has got a power. What is that? Through a particular medium of Shakti, which provides that electricity in it. It's called the Vani through Guru or the Brahma Sakshatkari. When it is come, it creates a medium for you to perceive it through your indriyas of the Jnanendriyas and the Karmendriyas. You perceive it because that power, that medicine is there. And once it is inside you, once it is merged and inside you, and all these things have become all gone. Just like few grams of, that your satellite when it goes, I was really surprised to see that. The ultimate of that satellite, how much it is? It is only 6 kilos. 6 kilograms is the weight of that particular unit, which you see going from the earth as a huge giant with lot of flame and smoke and then lot of shape and form and ejecting it out. What is it? Weight of the ultimate one? What they have shown last time, that 104 things have been settled out, satellites have been released. I was reading it and I was really surprised. It said it is less than 6 kgs. For that, why I am saying this, for to create that 6 kg to be in a particular position, he had to build about few tons of a rocket launcher with various methodology of firing it and transforming it and so many instruments and ejecting it and forming it and all that. For what? Only for that 6 kg to be somewhere near so that he can get the signals that's happening around there. Now for that. Mantra is that sense rocket. That 6 kg is what he's talking about. The Brahmajnanam containing in it. In order to understand that, you need the absolute firing has to be there. Otherwise it will go and fall down in there. That also happened earlier. Because it has not been delivered properly. That's why Bhagavan said it has to be Vani, has to be through the Guru Vani, so that you know exactly the direction it will go there, and that one will be ejected exactly. That perception can be received by you is comparing with the technology of today and mantra I am talking about. Hope you got it now. Maybe you can understand it better. That's why immediately it struck me about the satellite and the rocket launcher. Am I right? You got it. Is it not? So for that 6 kg, why that for 6 kg, so many $1 million? That 6 kg costs only few hundred rupees. Few wires and few fuses. And some material which can be retaining in that particular compressive strength. Certain things are required because the things are totally different. Their chemical reactions and compressive strength is different. And the velocity, in order to keep it in that particular area of attraction, because there is no the gravitational force is not there, so it has to be retaining itself by that. It's only 6 kilograms of that real cost of that manufacturing cost of the 6 kilograms of that satellite, maybe a few thousand rupees, not 100, few thousands rupees. That's all. For that, how much you have spent? Millions of rupees, because that has to be covered by that. So much of material is necessary. What is that meaning? The same thing what I am talking about. See, the gist of that's the Brahman. So in order to perceive that Brahman, you have to, without that rocket launcher, this 6 kilograms cannot be reached there. It's not possible. Impossible. It's the medium of the Guru, and qualified Guru, teacher, Acharya is necessary in order to reach the true Brahman, the true need or necessity of that, which is as much necessary. That's why we are all doing that. It's called Bhoga and Prasadam, and also this is called the Parijnanam of the mantra. That's why he said the purity of the mantra is that what is being transcended and transmitted to you, not the mantra as it is. The mantra as it is only just like a rocket is that mantra, and that 6 gram is the purity of mantra. 6 kilograms. Okay, something like that. I hope you got what I would like to express. I would like to express it to myself rather. Maybe that's why I am doing it. Not you have understood, but I want to understand it myself. So he said, Dharmaha sampadyati shadbhira dharmastu viparyaya. Said, the purity of the above shad, the 6 slokas above, including this, is called, that's what he said, shadbhira dharmastu. These are 6 dharmas he has explained. The earlier 5 dharmas plus 1 this. The Shad dharmas, factors, lead to piety, and the reverse of it is to impiety. Pious. To be pious, you need these qualities in you. If these qualities are not there, you cannot be pious, you will not be eligible to do any of these functions. Rather, you have to qualify yourself to do the puja. That is why old days, even today, we have specified somebody to do the puja in the temple. Right? You have to appoint a pujari who has learned the mantras, who has learned the rituals, who has to do it, even though he is a king, the king also, even though he has got all the powers, he must have been a learned king. He must be knowing all the mantras and things like that. But what happens? And exclusively a pujari is appointed for doing the puja in the temple, because a nishtha has to be there. Purity has to be there. Raja has got a lot of other responsibilities. He is entangled with many things. Even though he knows the mantras, he knows the rituals, he will not become, or he cannot become a pujari. One is exclusively doing that in order to do the true pujaris. I'm talking about the pujari, not the person who is doing the puja. Okay. Any person who is doing the puja is not pujari. The pujari is pujaniya is pujari. That's why in a temple, when a pratishtha of, I have spoken about this, I don't know whether you remember. When a pratishtha is done, the pratishtha is done by a tantri. We call it as a tantri, not tantri, tantri. A tantri is the one who creates and invokes the Lord in that particular avahana, into that particular object, metal, wood, or whatever it is. It's a tantri. It is a process of few days, not less than 21 days. Sometimes it takes 2 months, 3 months. I think it is 21, minimum is 21 days. Invocation. During that period, the total temple is closed. No one other than the tantri is to be there, and he doesn't come out of that. He sits there only. Invoke, continuous. That's why we call some temples, we call powerful deity. Because of the avahana is done with total dedication. He does the samarpana himself and then creates it. In every temple you will find, especially you can see in the southern India as well as the old temples of northern India. In northern India, what happened was, because of the invasion of the outsiders, they have destroyed many temples, many worship places of ours. These people have destroyed it. So the originality probably is not maintained in many temples, but still in good temples it is still there. You will find a door at the back of a small door, escape door like thing, at the back of the deity. After the invocation is 100% complete, mantras are chanted, ucharanam is done, and the absolute, when it is alive and prajwalita, when it is glowing at that time, he instructs the other pujari to come in, starts the puja there. Okay? At that point, before that point of time, taking up over, no. The tantri is supposed to leave from the back door, and that tantri who has done the pratishtha will never come back to that temple. Never. The principle being, he having evoked the Ishwaratva into that, he is the creator there. As far as that, the perception is that, is it? He being the creator, he cannot come. If he comes, then that which is created has to, suppose the father comes, the son has to get up and stand there, out of respect. Bhagavan has to do that. If he is a father, he is a father. He is a father of that particular pratishtha. Being the father of the pratishtha, he will never come. Never. He is not supposed to enter into that. That door will be closed and that can be opened only for a purpose of re-establishment of the temple. Sometimes what happens, some re-invocation has to be done of after so many years. At that point of all time also, he will come through that door only, the Tantri, and then make it. See, they are rituals. Okay, I do understand. Many people won't understand the meaning of it. Now, again, the importance is that what I mean to say is that the eligibility of offering is what I am talking about. You see. And he follows that, you see, because it is Ishvara. Having evoked, it has become the Bhagavan. He being there during the process of invocation and being there, he becomes a part of that. Being a part of that, he cannot come and pray or witness or things like that in front. That's not possible. So Bhagavan says these 6 mantras, now starting from 1 to 15 of chapter 16, from 1 to 15 slokas, 15 are there, so 10 to 15, so will become 6 Shat mantras. These 6 mantras, 10 to 15, this becomes the true nature of the purity of mantra. What he is trying to explain to us is what Swamiji says in this book, in this stanza. In the 16th shloka, Bhagavan says, Kajit gunopi doshaha syadyoshopi vidira gunaha gunadoshartha niyamastha advedhameva vadati. Kajit gunopi doshaha syaoshopi vidira gunaha. Sometimes a merit even turns to be demerit. Guna will appear as dosha and dosha as guna. This happens many occasions. Sometimes a merit even turns into demerit and demerit into merit by virtue of an injunction. Thus the regulation with regard to merit and demerit merely annuls their distinction. So the merits and demerits, the gunas and agunas cannot be decided by a human being by experience and things like that. Then what? You have to follow the other slokas, then we understand. Samana karma acharanam patitanam napatakam outpattigo gunaha Sango Nashayana Patadyada. Samana Karmacharinam, equal karmas. Indeed, the doing of indeed identical deed, identical karmas, identical sins sometimes. Is no sin in case of those already much too regarded. Certain situations, the identification of sin is not possible. Identical deed in the sense, the evil deed, it can happen. You can even be the evil deed. For instance, Bhagavan declared war against Kauravas. Bhagavan means Pandavas declared. Bhagavan is the reason. He is the one who has done it. Now a deed of killing, that involves lot of killing, lot of destruction of the Atmas, lot of destruction of whatever it is. The story has got a lot of perspective. We cannot look at only through one perspective, but here I am talking only through one perspective. Why? Because you see, they said that it is because Kauravas are not even Duryodhana has gone to Swargaloka afterwards. So the concept was that that's the destruction of the adharmam through dharma was that. But here I am not talking about those principles, and even the Lord Krishna's Sainya, they are not normal human beings. They are all devdas and all. They came as Sainya in order to get killed and go back. Like Abhimanyu, He was born for 16 years, he was killed. 16 years. Abhimanyu was a son of Chandra. In the real Janma, Abhimanyu is a son of Chandra, Vichitraviri, something like that. Well, name I am forgetting, I'm sorry. He is the son of Chandra, but for this purpose of this experiencing of this, in order to make the others conscious, so that even Acharya and others got entangled into killing of those one in the Chakravyu. So this Papa has to be, so he is a reason for that. I mean, I'm not telling the whole story. So Abhimanyu has been born from there. Like that, when you look into the depth of it, you will find all our, come from here and there in order to make the experiences take place. I am not talking in those perspectives. I am talking about the perspective only on that. Samana karma charanam patitanam. Samana karma charanam. Indeed, identical deeds. Identical deeds. In identical deed, what happened? He declared a war in order to kill. This can take place. Now it appeared, and many could discuss, many have discussed afterwards also, why Bhagavan had to create a war. After all, he could have just done like this and Dharma would have been established. Things like that. So there this principle is applicable, that indeed this identical deed can be implemented sometimes. This was meant for the purpose of the guna, but it appeared to be an aguna of killing a lot of people. This is a guna actually. And in the same way, somewhere the aguna will look as guna also. There are so many stories in our Purana itself. So he says that this being that identical, and it is too degraded. So this identification has to be clarified, and also a man who is already and patitam, he is already lying low on the ground, can no more fall. This principle. So to make one on the ground, the principle is that to be an, हम लोग भी बोलते हैं ना, अरे ज़मीन पे रहो, ज़मीन पे रहो. Don't try to fly too much above. After all, you no, हम लोग के यहाँ सब, there's a proverb, no, something like that. to be on the ground. Don't fly too high because the fall will be too high. Be on the ground. So the one who is on the patitam, the one who is already on the ground, the fall also will be only very little. So not very little. Principally, that one being conscious about the presence of being, then only such a person who is on the ground, that means who really matured, who really understood what is the purpose of Janma, what is the meaning of Janma, what is the meaning of the Jivatma, what is Karma, what is Karma Phala, what is liberation, what is Mukti, what is Moksha, what is Bhagavan, what is Paramatman. The one who realizes that, he remains on the ground, that means he remains in the consciousness. So his patitam, it means, patita means not that falling down physically, patita means one who is drifting down towards the ignorance from the jnanam is called patitam. Who is a fallen down person? The one who is an ignorant. Who is apprised and known and great person? The one who is knowledge, jnanam. The one who is a jnani. Is what he is trying to. So those people can understand which one is the guna, which is a guna. The others cannot realize it. Hey Uddhava, yato nivarteta vimuchyeta tatatsataha esha dharmo nrînam kshema shokamo bhayapa. From whatever one abstains. From whatever one abstains. Who has to abstain things? Who has to keep away from things? Who has to abstain things from? Who is at a lower consciousness? Who is at a lower tendencies? The man who is too greedy, desirous, having attraction and attachment, entangled in the ignorance and then struggling, in that whirlpool, he is the one. That's why he said from whatever one abstains. Abstaining is done. Abstaining means that renunciation has to be done. Abstaining, keeping away from that. Abstaining from something. What is to be abstained? Abstained is that those negativity which you have already explained, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, is that one has to abstain. So one gets rid of that. When you remain in the abstaining of those, you get rid of them. But if you don't want to abstain from your life and you keep on using them for your purpose of life, they will be a parasite in you. They will control you. They will take all the sap, the gunas from you. Like a parasite takes all the gunas from the tree. Same way, this happens. Yado nivarteta. So what happens? The one who abstains, one gets rid of it. This is the righteous conduct that leads to the well-being of men and removes their grief, infatuation and fear. So here he is also saying that eva dharmo nrinam chemaha. In order to attain one the status of chema, eva. Eva means after abstaining from those which are not necessary for you, eva dharmo nrinam chemaha. The dharma for the chemam is being established. How? So that shoka moha bhayapaha. Shoka moha bhayam. Shoka moha bhayapaha. In order to that infatuation, when it is removed, infatuation, he specifically used the word infatuation because they are temporary. Your desires, your attachment, your attraction, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, everything is infatuation only because they are all temporary. Nothing other than that. Because they will not create any permanent happiness in you, or they will only create problems. That's why it's an unthoughtful attraction created by you. It's called infatuation. That's it. Without understanding the depth of it, that's infatuation. That's why he has used the word infatuation here, probably because all these things are come. That's why, because of that infatuation, that unthoughtful, without unknowledgeable, without any knowledge, utilizing the dharma into execution of the karmas will only create what? Shoka, moha, bhaya. So in order to remove that shoka, moham and bhayam, if these three are removed from our life, fantastic, beautiful. This shoka, moha, bhayapaha, how can you do that? Nivarteta, abstain from. No way. You are going into the darkness and you say, I am scared of darkness. Don't go into the darkness. अरे तुमको अंधेरे से डर लगता है तो अंधेरे में जाती ही क्यों? Keep away from that. Abstain from that. No. Is what Bhagavan probably want to tell us, that we intend to know. अभी डर लगता है कि नहीं, देखते हैं एक बार अंधेरा में जाके. That's what our tendency है ना, human tendency. अच्छा abstain करो थोड़ा देर के लिए, ठीक है, काम करो तो बदमाश से नहीं. हाँ, अभी तो डर नहीं लग रहा है. Let me try whether it is effective or not. Let me have little krodha. Let me have little calm. Experiment it. We are very great people. All are scientists, Vishayeshu gunadhyam asastu saha sangastatau bhavet sangat tatra bhavet kamaha kamaha devkaliyendranam nrinam. By ascribing means, what is ascribing? Describing is detailing. Ascribing is praising it without the factuals are not being explained. you are exaggerating it and presenting it is called ascribing, ascending the realities, ascribing. Okay. By ascribing worth to sense, that means Vishayeshu Gunapya Sampyutsa. Vishayas are being explained as guna. Vishayas are explained as gunas, that means ascribing them. That is, you are misrepresenting. Actually, the true word is that misrepresenting them. Misrepresenting which is not the truth. You can also say it is a lie. No? But we don't say that it is a lie. But here Bhagavan very decently saying that you are unnecessarily provoke, gram, गुस्सा तो होना ही चाहिए उस पर. I'm establishing that, you see, ascribing that, you see. गुस्सा होना चाहिए is an absolutely a wrong statement. So what is that? Gunadhyasam tutsaha sangastato bhaved vishayeshu. The vishaya being ascribed as the guna. To mislead. And it is misleading, misrepresenting. It is not right. So Bhagavan said, by ascribing worth to sense object only can be ascribed. A man comes to be attached to them naturally. The more you गुणगान जब गाएंगे उसका, बोलते हैं ना, जिसका glory you will keep on telling about it, you will become like that only. रावण कितना अच्छा आदमी है, रावण कितना अच्छा आदमी, रावण कितना. मॉर्निंग में उठा तो अपना भी 10 सिर हो गया, हेड बाहरी हो गया, क्योंकि 10 है ना, एक की जगह 10 है, बॉडी इज ओनली 1. रावण अच्छा आदमी, ascribing. So what happens then? He becomes to be attached to that. If that is good, that bad habit is good. Oh no, I must do that. I must defeat it. I must kill that. I must do this. I must do that. He also becomes that. Naturally, we all know that. Whatever you say, you become that. That's a principle. They say that whatever you think, you become that. Whatever you say, you become that. Attach to them. So from attachment arises desires. This Bhagavad Gita has told. From the kama, krodha arises, from the attachment arises the desire. Moha arises from the attachment. From desire, it is not attachment is created. From the attachment, moha is created. Because I have an attachment, I have created a desire. So I have created a desire. So it can be the other way around also. Because I expect something from such and such, so I create an attachment. And attachment happens. Or there is an attachment, from there a desire is created. Okay. Having got the attachment. Desire for them. And the desire leads to dispute. Kama, Deva, Kali, Nrinam. Kali is that the disparities or the fight or dispute. Kali. That's Kali, Nrinam. This dispute among men begins only how? Because of the attachment rises the desire, and from the desire leads to dispute. Because naturally, from the desire only disputes happen. And from the disputes, patanam, and then finished. That's a destruction takes place. Kale durvisha krodhasthamastava manuvartate tamasa grasyate pumsa shredana vyapini drutam. Kale durvisha, dispute. Kale, from the Kali, dispute engenders vehement anger. Naturally, when you don't get things according to your wishes, your expectation, then you get vehement anger, which is followed by infatuation. You depend upon whatever you get. That means you catch hold of that. That's called infatuation. On an instant, without thinking. It's the basis of the anger. When are you getting suddenly attracted to something? Is because of the desperate move. I am unsatisfied with many things. अच्छा जो मिलता है वो ले लो. बोलते हैं ना. People who do not have anything to eat, we have seen them taking it from the rubbish dump and eating it. They are not looking at the, whether it is, clean, or whether it is hygienic, or whether it is antibacterial, or whether it is cooked in a right way, or whether it is cooked in the right kitchen, right, or nothing. You see, this is an inferior, because without using the jnanam, without thinking that, that's the infatuation. All of a sudden, he gets attached to that because of hunger. Because of hunger. So because of disparity, because of the depression, because of the disappointment, because of the deprivation that you think, you might be thinking in your mind, because of your deprivation or because of your non-fulfillment of certain things, and because these are the reasons why one jumps into that infatuation. That's what is called infatuation. A man who is knowledgeable can sit and think twice, 10 times and take a decision is not an infatuation. Infatuation is happening, just happens, all on a sudden within a fraction of a second, because this influence, how do you get influenced into that? Your general, your characteristics is not like that. But how it is getting done that? Because you have entangled into the desperation of deprivation of things that is expected by you is not being happening. I have to catch hold of that what is available, otherwise I will miss. Is how the infatuation takes place. Am I right? This is what it appears to be, yes? So that's what he says. Where am I? Kale durvisha. Okay. Dispute engenders vehement anger, naturally. Any dispute. We start arguing on one small thing. It is like this, it is not like this. It will start in a very low tone. Then one has got that ego, no, what I had told him. Though I agree with him, having told for so long, at least half an hour I had been talking on that. I have to stick on to that. I will try to justify it. Trying to justify it, because you are already deprived of certain things, immediately you start getting angry. You would like to impose this upon him. Somehow or other, this has to be established. You will try all your best to do that. Use all the powers. If nothing happens, beat him up, you see, so that he cannot speak anymore. Finished. You see, this is how it happens. He thinks that he has won. No, this is why disputes. No. How the disputes come? Because you got a different opinion, I got a different opinion. Why do we have a different opinion on a same subject or an object? An object is not changing. My opinion and your opinion is changing, but object is same, because I do not have, we do not have, or one of them do not have. Not one of them, both of them. Otherwise one will not go into dispute. Both of them do not have the jnanam of that object, jnanam of that subject. If there is jnanam, jnanam is one, both will agree to that. Or at least if one is trying to understand the jnanam, one can transmit the jnanam, the other will understand it, then also there is no dispute. But when the ahankara comes in him, that ajnanam, as I told you earlier about samana karma charana, when if he wants to establish that whatever is told truth, that ahankara, when it comes, when there is a dispute and there is a disapproval of the other into one. So both gets the disapproval, and disapproval leads to the patanam. So infatuation quickly overpowers his hitherto abiding consciousness of right and wrong. You see, exactly. I already explained about this, how the infatuation takes place. What we call it as an infatuation is tamasa. Is what he says. Tamasa masyate pumsa shretena vyapini drutam. Immediately drutam. Immediately, that without thinking, that what it takes place. You see. Without any सोच विचार नहीं करके डिसीजन लेना बोलते हैं. That's called the without analyzing the after effects of it, after effects of it, or things like that, that a decision is taken, is called an infatuation, is called kaleshu. For that, it is known as tamasa masyate. It is tamasa. Taya virahitah sadhu jantu shunyaya kalpade tato se swartha vibramsho murchatasya murtasya cha. Murchitasya mritasya cha, equivalent to murchita means unconscious, mrita means dead. One becomes equivalent to murchita or mrita. Murchitasya mritasya cha. Who? Taya virahita sadhu. Oh no, hey, virahita sadhu. Hey, noble soul, taya virahita sadhu. A man is deprived of this consciousness. Hey, noble man. Hey, noble soul. Hey, Uddhava. Hey, noble soul. When a man is deprived of this consciousness, what? This consciousness of the discrimination power, and have got that patience to realize it, recognize it, understand it, then proceed. If it doesn't have it, suddenly, oh, because of this I am attached, because of this I am attracted, because of this I have got more. Suddenly, without thinking, jumping into that conclusion of attachment, attraction, whereas you require the liberation. So, taya virahitasya sadhu shunyaya kalpade. Noble soul, when a man is shunyaya kalpade, that means a man of deprived of this shunyaya kalpade. The kalpana, consciousness is shunya, is not there. When he is deprived of the consciousness, he becomes almost shunya. Hero ban gaya, zero bolte. No common language. That's what he says. He makes the shunyaya kalpate, zero. He becomes a zero. Like a man is tatosya swartha vibramshe. Like a man in stupor or half dead, he then misses the end of his life. It is equivalent to such a man who is not conscious about these things. He is either murchita or mrita. That's all. Either he is unconscious, mrita is the end of it, the last of it. He doesn't see the end of it. So he just keeps on going in it. He doesn't know what's happening. Vishayam miniveshena natmanam vedanaparam vrkshajivikaya jivan jatham patrevaya shwaran. Bhagavan further says, engrossed in the sense objects 1,000 times. See how many times it is repeated, Repetition is one of the qualities, not disqualification, qualities of Upanishads. Vedavakya, number of repetitions are required. Why? Because human mind needs reminder every time. You require reminders every time. Even though cell phone has got the facility, but your mind also has to have reminder. Nowadays cell phone has got facility. So the reminder has to be there. Engrossed, that's why the repetition. Engrossed in sense objects. You are fully engrossed in your sense objects. Your sensory pleasures, sensual experiences, sensual pleasures, sensual attachments, creation of you create your own attachments, qualifying and grading the relationships, grading the attachments. This is priority attachment number 1, priority attachment number 2, priority attachment number 3. It cannot be same, all are not same. Many times when the parents are young and the child just started speaking or going to school and all that. Even though jokingly asked, I think most of the parents might have asked, or others might have asked, who do you love, father or mother? All you must have asked is, whom do you love? What will that child say? It's very difficult. The priorities are engaged. Now he has to say something, so at that point of time, what he wants, depending upon that, he will say that. If it is that what is required from the father, he will say, I love father. Otherwise, mother. Otherwise, when mother is not there, I say, I love you only better. When father has gone, mother, I love you only better. Depending upon the attachments, you numerically, and you have got priorities on them. Because you are entangling in the sense objective plus, depending upon the maximum derivation of benefit out of it, that means expectation out of it, your priorities will change. When the expectation is high, the priority will be there. He knows neither himself nor the Supreme Self. Who? The one who is engrossed in the sense objects. Because he is preoccupied. This is called preoccupation. When he is preoccupied, let me put it in a different way. When he is preoccupied in the sense objects, he knows neither himself nor the Supreme Self. There is no time for mind to think that that faculty is all getting filled up with all these priorities of, you know. But vainly such a man, Bhagavan explaining is beautifully well that Vriksha Jivikaya is one word. I like this one. He said what? That's not there in English, that's why I'm just reading it. What happens to this man? Vishaya Abhinivesha and Atmanam. Vishaya Abhinivesha in Atmanam. Vishaya Abhinivesha means attachment to the Vishayas. Vishaya means Indriyas and the sense objects. Vedana Aparam. Vriksha Jivikaya Jivan Vyartham. Vriksha Jivikaya Jivan Vyartham. Bhastrevaya Shvasan. So what is the meaning of it? Here he gives an English meaning to that. Vriksha Jivikaya Jivan Vyartham. Vainly lives a vegetative life, like a vegetable. Like he lives like a vegetable. What happened then? Bhastrevaya Shvasan. Bhastrevaya Shvasan. Neither he is able to live, nor he is able to and breathes, but like a pair of bellows only. Not as no, you are breathing it, lungs expanding, lungs moving. You are no more that prana, you are no more that consciousness, you are no more that the one who is engrossed in the sense objects, everything. What does it mean in short? The one who is engrossed in the sense objects, everything is mechanical, that's all. There are no realization or senses. I am breathing, breath is going inside, oxygen is going outside, sharira is going, blood is flowing, I am walking, I am eating, I am sleeping. Only for what? Enjoyment of the sensual pleasures, that's all. He is neither, it's all happening. No? Everything is happening. That's all. It's just like a mechanical arrangement, and it keeps on. Keeps on going like that. Breathes like a vegetation. That's why this upama, I really liked it. That is the Vriksha Jivikaya Jivan Vyartham Bhastrevaya Shvasan. Beautiful it is. This is what happens. So please understand, Uddhava is what Bhagavan advises him. Bhalasrudiridam riyam nrinam nashroyo shojanam param shroyo vivachaya proktam yatha bhaibajyarochanam. The Vedic passages treating of fruits of work Here the work is that the Vedic, the exercises that you do is the fruits of work, means that for a karma bhala, for a particular, with an expectation, if you do Vedic dharmic jivan, no, I am doing Vedic jivan, dharmic jivan, do not set for the highest well-being of men. It will not give you any benefit, but are mere inducements, that's all, nothing other than that. Like those of taking a medicine, spoken with the view of leading people to their highest good. So, in short, even the Vedic science, even teaching of Vedas, learning Upanishad, learning principles, learning this thing and all that, it's all worth only when it is done in a right manner and perceived in the right manner. Otherwise, it's a waste. But yes, for in order to recover from one's illness, one needs this to use as a medicine. But the medicine, once it is used, and you should know that it is meant for the removal of illness and should get rid of it, and not for the attraction or attachment or utilizing for the fancy of using the medicines. For the fancy of using medicines. Many people have got fancy of using. I used to tell this in our Reiki classes, I remember. Now I recollect this. Some people are not happy if they are well. I used to tell this, no? Unless there are different color, not the same color, that's why tablets are made in different colors. All can be white, why not? Paracetamol and this one and everything. One is blue. Crocin for pain is red. Crocin for, what is it? Fever is blue. And something else is white, something else is brown. Fascinating. The mind get attracted that with number of colors means I am taking number of medicines. Some people are, it seems, there is a psychic problem, many people have got it. They have to keep on taking medicines, otherwise they are not happy. And that too, many days. Sometimes medicine is less. Okay, doctor said, "Arey bhai, this is enough now, you stop this." After stopping, he is little upset about it. One tablet, 6 ले रहा था, अभी 5 हो गया. पता नहीं अभी थोड़ा सा गैस होता है कि नहीं हमको? Do you think I got gas? Maybe that. Went to the doctor. Doctor, you stop that red one. Prescribe the red one again. Medicine should be used for removal of illness, not for attachment to the medicines. Vedas and Upanishad and Jnanam has to acquire not for, propagating your, I am such and such, I am so and so, I am the great Swami, I am great the Guru, I am great knowledgeable man, and Bhagavan says, no, that is meant for the development of knowledge and transmission to the ones who are necessary, so that the illness of ignorance has to be removed. That is but if it brings ahankara, the ignorance, the illness, it doesn't go. That means the ahankara remains in you. What is the use of? There cannot be two, the opposite things can remain there. In an ahankari, there cannot be jnanam. Where jnanam is there, ahankara should not be there. It's a true jnanam. This I repeatedly told many times. Okay, this is what Bhagavan probably mentions here, is that Utpatteya hi kameshu prayeshu swajaneshu cha asakta manaso matyam atmano anartha hetushu. Men are from their very birth attached to sense objects. It's natural. It's very natural. We are human beings. When it is human beings, when you've got a sharira, What a mana, what is attached to sense objects, to things of, to affecting their physical welfare. Most of us priority is given to the physical welfare. So, utpatti hi, that means from the beginning, from the janma utpatti, from the beginning itself, kameshu, praneshu, swajaneshu cha, swajanam, to things affecting their physical, swajanam is here. Swajana is also relatives, close ones, close people. Our natural instinct is there to have attraction and attachment to them, to the welfare of the physical body and to their relatives, all of which are but, here Bhagavan says, what is that? Martya Atmano Anartha Hetuhu is what it is. All these things are what? All these things are which? All of which are but sources of danger to them. Anartha Hetu. Anartham. He has translated it as danger. Anartham has got different meanings. Anartham is also resultless, no result. Artham is result. The one which doesn't produce the result. Anartham. Anartham is also wrong. Anartham, artham, anartham. Anartham is also meaningless. Artham is meaning, anartham is meaningless. So anartham is meaningless, it's a waste, it is not useful, it is absolutely ignorance. It is not beneficial, it's only a loss. It's called here, he has called it as danger. But here in Sanskrit, Atmano Anartha Hetuhu, the reason for anartham, creating anartham due to the action of this is because of your utpatti kameshu. From Janmana we have got this one. Janmana we have got this, no doubt about it. Yes, but yes, the mind functions like that. But who told you not to correct it? Who told you not to rectify it? You have been born in order to purify yourself. Purify yourself, attain that purity, Shuddhata in you, and keep away from all this. Gain that consciousness which is the truth. As a grihastha, perform the grihastha ashrami. Even a brahmachari is executing his grihastha ashram with the with vairagya. With all this, where I have read that, with viraha. There are necessary attachments. Attachments in the sense that which is according to its duties, its priorities. That one has according to the duties. We have explained about duties and karmas previously. To that extent it is okay. Beyond that, bandhanam, that unremovable bandhana, only that our survival depends upon the bandhana. When it becomes, that will be a great danger. That's why he said it's a great danger. Na tana vidusha swartham brahmyo vrijinan dvani katham yujayat punasteshu tamstamo vishado buddha. Bhagavan further says, how can the all-knowing Vedas again recommend sense enjoyments to people? How can a guru advise to get into the sin of the sense enjoyments, sensual pleasures? In the sense, even for a grihastha, there are prescriptions. Grihastha has to lead the jivan of grihastha. He has to have procreation. He has to have children. He has to earn money. He has to have everything, duties. He has to have education, he has to have everything as is necessary. But according to the brahmacharya anushtanam, not according to the bandhana and infatuation. That should not happen. So how can all-knowing Vedas again recommend sense objects to the people, ignorant of their true well-being? So a guru explains, during grihastha these things can be done, but during the grihastha you also spare little time in order to create tapasya, Spend some time for tapasya, spend some time for identification of yourself in order to relate with the Brahman. Through the processes I am teaching you, is what the Guru is telling. So gradually once his duties are finished, it is for him, it will become easy for him to be eligible to gain the Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Wander in the paths of enjoyment. How can he say that? No. Only to enter into deeper gloom. And who submit to the guidance of Vedas themselves, who believe in the portion of the Vedas dealing with the work and cite it as a basis of their conduct, they have to undergo the process of the karma and karma yoga, repetitive janmas into karma yoga. That's all one can say. This has to be pursued by a person concerned, is repeatedly told by Bhagavan himself. These are scriptures. Bhagavan himself has told Uddhava. Evam vyavasitam kochita vijnata kubuddhaya bhalashrutim kusumitam nevedajna vadanti. Evam vyavasitam, certain fools, he has written here, a fling at the Mimamsaka school who advocate work, not knowing this trend of the Vedas. The one who thinks these are all nothing, rubbish, not to be followed. Such fools speak of or the Vedas as a part of just a sort of explanation being given or being read or being pravachanam given on that based on their own personal benefits and benefits of that, only for knowing that, oh, he's a great man, to know, I have the fame or to earn something. And if somebody is doing that and speak of the flowery description them of fruits of work as at all, that this will, if the Guru says, if you learn Veda, you will get the benefit of this, you will learn Upanishad, you will get the benefit of it. No, that teaching should not be there. It's not for acquiring any benefit out of it that one is being done. This knowledge is being done only for the purpose of transformation, for being the Brahman, to be in the Brahman, for being in the Brahman, not for the purpose of deriving an objective result out of it, not deriving an objective benefit out of it, a gain out of it. Nothing, because the gainer will not be there in order to gain the gain. That's what the Guru has to teach, that it is meant for the liberation, bandha muktam, but executing the perfect kartavya, perfect duty in the grihasashrama, only will get bandha mukti. The one who is, while executing the karma, gets more and more bandhana, he will go into ignorance. We are doing karmas, we are doing duties, we are performing duties, we are helping others, we are doing things for them, we are doing many things, as we said. Yes, all those things are being done only for the purpose of getting rid of the bandhana, not for getting into the bandhana more and more, is what he says. That's what jnanam. So this jnanam of the Vedic jnanam, Upanishadic jnanam, is meant for getting rid of the bandhana and not getting bound or getting involved or getting lost in the bandhana, is what he says. So he says, such people who are thinking that it is for derivation of some benefits, TK, oh, I will get some mantrika shakti, tantrika shakti, and things like that. They are fools. Bhagavan says, they are ajnanis, kubuddhihi, kubuddhaya. Kaminaha kripanalubdha pusheshu halabuddhaya agni mugdha dhuma tanta swam lokam na vidandite. People hankering after desires mean spirited and avaricious, who mistake flowers for fruits, or deluded by work performed with the help of fire, which but leads to the path of smoke, never know the truth of their self. Yeah, we all know that, you see. Again, I have told you that, describing or ascribing things, this is what happens. Flower as fruit, fire as smoke, as fire, and things like that. So when one does that unnecessary ascribing, you also lead to your path towards that alone and gets entangled in it, and you will never come out of it. No problem, he says. Fine. There's no problem. No. See, one thing is there in our Shastras. Our Shastras doesn't say you have to do it. He says this is what happens. That's all. No? So like Bhagavan said at the 18th chapter, UDDHAVA GITA. This option is always at the end of everything. Bhagavan gives. See, that's the beauty of the Hindu Shastra. UDDHAVA GITA. I will not desire moksha for you. You have to desire moksha for you. I will tell you the path towards moksha. I can hold your hand and lead you if you are obeying me. If you want to get rid of me half the way, I will release my hand. No problem. There is no compulsion in our Shastra is what? Because they are ones who have to be performed by the self. It's the beauty of our Shastras. Nothing, this cannot be forced by anyone. Like many other religions are telling, kill those people, you will go to Swarga. Absolute rubbish. Ajnanam, abuddhi, kubuddhi, that is. By doing an action, by doing a karma, one doesn't get liberation. One has to get away from that. Discrimination has to be there. A lot of various methods have been told. That's why there is a compulsion. You do this, then only. Here he says, no. This tapasya, this jnanam, this discrimination, this aversion, keeping away from the sensual pleasures, aversion, this renunciation, this path of the upasana, this vidhyasana, these are the paths of creation. Nate mamanga jananti hridistham yaidam yatah akthashastra yasutravo yatha niharajuchu. Sloka 28 we'll take in the next class.